Today on the program, I'm with Catherine, who is a former nursing student at Ndola College of Nursing and also member of Ndola Fitness Squad. Catherine, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be on this platform.
Great. Thank you so much. Privileged to have you as well. So we're discussing building health habits. We want to know, why should it be very important that we consider and discuss this topic where health habit is concerned? Why do you think health habits is very important? And maybe let's just start from here. What are health habits?
I think health habits, these are actually habits that support good health and wellness. Yes. In as much as health is important, even the individual whose health is involved, they're supposed to be engaged. Yes.
Indeed. So behaviors that actually promote or recurrent behaviors that an individual gets to have, these are repeated behaviors that you normally get to do and you frequently repeat on them. So maybe let's just distinguish. I think we're talking much of health habits, and for us to talk about that, there could be habits that are not adding value to health, or maybe let's just say what we can call bad habits. What are some of the health habits that you can talk about, or some of the bad habits that are there, especially in our communities, which we'd love to highlight? You, Catherine, which you have noticed?
Some of the bad habits that I have noticed in the community, most people, they don't actually think that they are bad habits, but I think smoking, where drinking alcohol is involved, those are not good habits in that they are actually destroying the immune system. They're actually destroying the human body. And also, I think also screen time, how much time you spend on your screen is actually a bad habit, because it's stealing most of your time where you need to be outside, you need to explore the world. There is more to social media than just staying indoors and just staring at the screen. I think those are some of the habits that I have noticed in the community.
Great, indeed, that's very true. You know, I think you've just reminded me those things that actually affects us negatively. For example, she just mentioned somebody who drinks would be like, how can she mention about beer? Of course, it's a bad habit, especially if you keep on taking it, because normally it deteriorates you in such a way that you would want to be effective only if you are using it. And also habits can also include procrastinations, relaxing on doing things, bad eating habits. Maybe you like taking snacking all the time, or all those things can actually have a negative impact on you. We bring to you nothing but mental health, courtesy of Rising Youth Foundation and Sun FM TV. This is a Rising Youth program, and it's something that we actually highlight and like to discuss about. So today we are discussing on self-awareness, which is the component, and now today we are discussing on the theme building health habits. So if you truly know yourself, you are going to understand to say, these habits that I know, how are they beneficial to me? Or these habits that I do they benefit me, or do they deteriorate me? Do they affect me in a positive way or in a negative way? Now let's just talk about some of the positive or health habits that we can highlight, which probably also Catherine is involved into, so that we can learn from her. Catherine, what are some of the health habits then would you love to talk about, since you've given us some of the bad habits that are there?
Oh yes, some of the healthy habits that I think they're actually really, really healthy, even if people don't like to do them. One of them is actually running.
Yeah.
It is one of the healthiest habits that you can do. You know, when someone is sick and their immune system is actually compromised, you find that they won't be able to do the things that they can do when they are well.
Yeah, indeed.
But if you find yourself, you are moving every day, you're able to move yourself. Early in the morning, you wake up, you just go out there, you run. You find that you're not only helping yourself mentally or physically, but you're also helping yourself mentally, actually.
Yeah.
In that your mind is going to be you know how to overcome stress because your mind is
it's free
from whatever that the day is going to bring about.
So running can actually promote help you to relieve your stress. And,
yes.
That's very much interesting.
It's actually a good thing.
Oh, okay. I thought it's just about keeping physical health anyway when you do the run. So what other more health habits would you love to highlight where also running is adding on to?
Some of the health habits, I think also having a healthy meal. It's not just about having junk foods.
Yeah.
But pizza and everything.
Balancing.
Balancing.
Balance. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And also having enough rest. They say a normal human needs to have about 8 hours of sleep. You find that most of the time is consumed through, phones and everything. So those are some of the healthy habits, I think.
Yeah, keeping physical fitness, time management, and also having proper meals. I think, those can be beneficial. And you've just actually reminded me when you mentioned about things like procrastinating. I think also planning, I would categorize it to be a health habit, especially you being, I'm sure you just completed school, you've been a student, you must realize to say, when you plan and put things in order, it's very easy for you to manage them and also manage your time as well. So when you plan, it also helps you to put things in order, strategize, and also help you in terms of personal development. So, Catherine, when I asked you about building health habits, one of the first habits that you just highlighted is running. And that's so much that you are so much into. You are a member of Ndola Fitness Squad, actually the youngest member of Ndola Fitness Squad, and you got a national record. You've got, I believe you have a lot of medals right there in your room. So how would you encourage somebody like to become like you? You've been a national marathon runner, like you represent your organization. I don't know wherever you're coming from, your platform, and you're just not a runner by that. You also I believe you're also a nurse, and I believe there are also other things you do. How do you manage to strike a balance between your running life or career and keeping your professional intact, as well as doing other aspect of your life? Because we're talking about habits here. Maybe let's just talk about striking a balance. Maybe I want some certain habits to be implemented in my life, and how do I get to manage myself in such a way?
Okay, so in the context of building health habits, it's about time management. You need to know how to manage your time. I was a student, and I want to keep fit.
Yeah.
So there was you find that these two are colliding. You want to exercise, you want to study, but you find that exercising, if at all you haven't created time for it, you just be exercising and doing other things, but you need to know how to manage your time.
Okay.
So time management is very important. You need to learn how to divide your time. Time for whatever things that we have 24 hours in a day. And if you are able to manage your time very well, you find that you'll be able to complete the task that you intended to do within that.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. So I remember when I tried to join Dollar Fitness Squad, they used to say we normally meet at 0450 somewhere there, and I'm sure you don't actually live there where you meet from. So how do you manage to such an extent of striking a balance, reaching there 04 just for you to go and do a run, maybe? And I would love also to get to know what is the longest distance that you've done.
The longest distance, I think during the week, I normally do short runs, just 10 kilometers. And then if it's a long weekend, we do long runs, about 30 kilometers minimum or maximum.
Okay. So what's the maximum that you've ever done yourself?
I think maximum that I've ever done is 38 kilometers.
Oops.
I'm yet to do a full marathon.
Okay.
Yeah, my longest kilometer was 38 kilometers.
That's so surprising. You mentioning, declaring that a 10 kilometer is actually a short Oh, okay, that's really inspiring. So okay, maybe let's just talk about this. You've broken a national record of being an athlete where long distance marathon is involved, and you've traveled to a lot of marathons. And somebody who's listening to you right now, they would want also to be influenced and engage in such activities like health habits, which you've just highlighted. Maybe they're struggling with these habits that we categorize as to say they are bad habits. How do you think they can help to build health habits? An individual's got bad habits, or maybe one wants to change their habits. How can one develop health habits?
One can develop health habits. Okay, they say bad habits die hard, but in as much as they are hard to get over, they are also, in as much as they are hard to get over, you have to kill them. So one of the ways that you can overcome the bad habits is by starting small. You identify to say, okay, I'm weak in this area and I need to work on it.
Know yourself.
Know yourself, yes. You need to know yourself, and you identify the bad habit. You actually, you have to know it to say, okay, this habit is not helping me in any way. So in as much as you think about it, you have to find now other things that you can do to replace the bad habit. Because if you just say, I want to change this habit, and you don't have any other things, you find yourself coming back to the same habit.
Yeah. So building health habits is one of the most important, essential aspect of humanity and well-being, because it describes who you are and also your behavior. It's been a very interesting program, and that we've highlighted some of the most important habits that we can discuss, and we play and hope that these, which we've discussed, would help someone out there who's tuning in. This program was brought to you by Rising Youth Foundation and Sun FM TV. So Rising Youth Foundation is a youth program that provides mental health services in the Copper Belt region, and it has an aspect of nursing care that also provide home-based nursing care. If you want to reach them, you can contact them at 0965 48 96 97. I repeat, 0965 48 96 97 to support them, engage with them, and also associate with them. It has been your host, Hilad KB, bringing to you the program. Have a mental health week and stay blessed. Thank you.